have been to a, have been to a, have gone to a, have gone to a, be going to do, be going to do, be about to do, be about to do, a spoke to be, a spoke to be, hear from a, hear from a, be interested in a, be interested in a, be caught in a, be caught in a, may, can't cannot, must, mustn't, have to do, don't have to do, have only to do, should do, ought not to do, needn't do, dare not do, how dare you do, if S will do, if S will do, would rather do, would rather not do, had better do, had better not do, used to do, would often do, must have done, can't have done, may have done, might have done, should have done, ought to have done, should not have done, ought not to have done, needn't have done, cannot, to tilde, can't help doing, cannot but do, may well do, might as well do, as do tilde, might as well do, even if S should do, if only, it is time as if it were not for a, if it had not been for a, but for a, with a, otherwise, put things in a, is to do, wake up to find, grow up to be, live to do, to do, enough to do, enough not to do, in order to do so as to do, so as not to do, in order not to do, be to, to say nothing of a, to say the least of it, needless to say, it is no use doing, there is no point in doing, there is no sense in doing, looking forward to doing, be used to doing, be accustomed to doing, object to doing, when it comes to doing, A. When it comes to a doing, what do you say to a doing? A. What do you say to a doing? Have difficulty in doing. Have difficulty in doing. Have trouble in doing. Have trouble in doing. Be busy in doing. Be busy in doing. There is no doing. There is no doing. It goes without saying that. It goes without saying that. Feel like doing. Feel like doing. On doing. On doing. Make oneself understood. Make oneself understood. Make oneself heard. Make oneself heard. Generally speaking. Generally speaking. Not as so as. Not as so as. Times as a. Times as a. Twice the of a. Twice the of a. Twice the number of a. Twice the number of a. As is possible. As is possible. Not so much a as b. Not so much a as b. Not so much as do. Not so much as do. As has ever lived. As has ever lived. Less than. Less than. More than. More than. The of the two. The of the two. The. All the four. All the four. None the four. None the four. A's no more B than C is D. A's no more B than C is D. A's not B any more than C is D. A's not B any more than C is D. A's no less B than C is D. A's no less B than C is D. No less than A. No less than A. Not less than A. Not less than A. More than A. More than A. Less than A. Less than A. Be rather than A. Be rather than A. No better than to do. No better than to do. Much less. Much less. Be superior to A. Be superior to A. Be senior to A. Be senior to A. Prefer it to be. Prefer it to be. As is the of A. As is the of A. By far. By far. The that s have ever done. The that s have ever done.